Have you ever wondered about when we first intervened in the Middle East? Some may be reminded about those times in the early 2000s, or instead of the proxy wars of the Cold War. But it actually turns out that we have intervened in the Middle East far sooner than that, a time in which America was trying to find a place for itself in the world. The Barbary Wars had great significance in early America's history, as it faced diplomatic issues involving the breakoff from the British Empire. In the late 1700s, great powers such as Britain and France would have had their merchant ships seized in return for ransom. In order to avoid constantly paying for ransom, both countries have agreed to pay tribute to the Barbary states in order to avoid their ships constantly getting seized. When the United States of America broke away from the British Empire, the agreements made between Britain and the Barbary states no longer applied to the United States of America. When American ships got seized by the Barbary state of Algiers, the American government did not have the finances to fund a navy for an expeditionary force or to pay the ransom. America had better luck negotiating with other countries off of the Barbary coast. When Sultan Sidi Muhammad seized a U.S. merchant ship due to America ignoring diplomatic overtures, Muhammad eventually agreed to sign a treaty with America in 1786. With that being said, things were not good and some people wanted to fight against it. Thomas Jefferson, who was the American minister to France, wanted to assemble a coalition of weaker naval powers to fight against Algiers, but failed. A brief truce between Portugal and Algiers left American ships exposed. This forced America to engage in negotiations with the other Barbary states. This resulted in America signing a treaty with Algiers, acknowledging America's ransom in return for 83 American soldiers returning to the U.S. The situation turned when the United States adopted the Constitution, which gave the government power to levy taxes and maintain the armed forces. This meant it was only a matter of time until the United States of America attacked back. In 1801, the Pasha of Tripoli demanded additional tribute, citing the fact that America missed a couple of its original tributes, which then the Pasha of Tripoli declared war on the United States shortly after. The U.S. successfully won the war against Tripoli, with a combined naval and ground assault via the use of the Marine Corps. The U.S. treaty with Tripoli concluded in 1805, which gave ransom for American prisoners but had no specifications for American tributes in the future. The Barbary War is a very overlooked point in America's history, which is a terrible shame as I think it is a very interesting point of time. So much has happened from the first 50 years of the American government. So many stories that beautifully capture what the country was trying to strive for. It also showed a lot of influence in America's future history, as it developed the ideas of the Constitution to replace the Articles of Confederation to create a stronger government, and it also spread the idea of American interventionism throughout the world, both from within its own country and abroad. And these ideas would build the country from a small power on a large continent to a large power throughout the world. Thank you everybody for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.